Every year around the school holidays, I always get the same question from parents. Should my child be studying over the break? And every year I give the same honest answer. Yes, but almost certainly not the way that you're picturing it. I'm Justine and I've been tutoring students across Sydney for over 10 years, and I've helped over hundreds of families navigate this question. And what I've learned is that almost every family falls into one of two traps. They either switch off completely and pay for it in week 1 of the new term, or they try to keep a full study schedule, battles happening every afternoon, nothing actually gets absorbed, and everyone is exhausted by the time school comes back. There is a better way, and that's what today's about. Let me start with the complete switch off, because I understand why it happens. Your child has been carrying homeworks and assessments for the past term and the pressure of school for weeks. And the holidays feel like the moment where everyone can just take a breath. And the idea of keeping any kind of study just feels exhausting. Rest genuinely matters, and I will come back to that. But here is what I've watched happen when families switch off completely. By day 3 or 4 of the next term, their child is sitting in class and the content feels foggy. The concepts they have understood by the end of the last term have faded just enough that keeping up feels harder than it should. And that slight sense of being a step behind from the very first week really affects how a child shows up for the rest of the term. Now, the opposite problem. Long daily study sessions every day over the holidays. This comes from a good place, but what usually happens is that the child will resist, the parent pushes back, and a battle happens every single time. And by the end of it, whatever got done was done resentfully. That's not learning. This is just stress. So here is what I recommend instead. 20 minutes a day of genuinely focused, phone away, distraction-free study on one specific topic. That's it. I know 20 minutes might sound like almost nothing, but 20 minutes a day across a 2-week period is roughly 2.5 hours of real absorbed learning compared to 2 hours of half-hearted effort every afternoon that ends in a battle. It's not about the quantity of time. It's about what actually gets absorbed. The reason most holiday study sessions fail is not because of the length of the session. It's because of the specificity of the goal. Study maths is not a plan. Your child sits down, opens a textbook, doesn't even know where to start, and within 15 minutes, they're on their phone. Spend 20 minutes working through how to set up a simultaneous equation using the substitution method. Now that's a plan. Your child sits down, they know exactly what they're doing, they also know when they're done, and they can actually feel themselves making progress. Specific goals make study feel manageable. Vague goals make it feel impossible. And when something feels impossible, avoidance wins every time. And I want to say something specific about reading for primary school students during the holidays, because it's one of the most common questions I get. The holidays are actually one of the best times to build a reading habit without the pressure of school around it. Not worksheets, not comprehension, just reading. Let your child choose what they want to read. A graphic novel counts. A book about sports or animals or whatever they're into, it counts. The goal is volume and the habit of sitting with a book. All of that transfers directly to reading fluency and comprehension, regardless of what the content is. 20 minutes of reading a day over the holidays is one of the most productive things that a primary school child could do. And most children won't resist if they get to choose. Now, I promised I would come back to rest, and I mean it. A child who has had genuine downtime in the holidays comes back into the new term more ready to focus than one who spent 2 weeks grinding through worksheets under pressure. Rest is not the enemy of results. Burnout is. 20 minutes of focused study, real rest the rest of the time. That balance is what actually works. Our free 10-week learning goal planner has a holiday planning section built into it. It helps you and your child work out exactly what those 20 minutes should focus on with a simple structure that doesn't turn into a battle. Comment 10-week below and I will send it straight to you. The link is also in the description. And if you want to use the holidays to get a clearer picture of where your child is at before the new term comes along, a free trial lesson is a great way to do this. You can book that through the link below. I'll see you in the next one.